hour now, boy.
Yo, like a Muslim.
Already been an hour.
وقت لمس والله.
Yo, is it recording now? Did you start?
Yeah, it's all recording.
But y'all gonna edit
Sharifo.
all this out, right?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أنا ما قشنا إني professional بأنا هنت.
Hey, I hope you understand everything after this point is live. It's recording.
It's already live.
Everything live.
You gonna edit that shit out, boy. Whoever y'all send it to can't be
Mad,
no
mad, mad.
No, whoever y'all send it to can't be no iPads. Nigga, me and him will have an issue there.
Hey, you don't. That's why we like Mad. Nobody knows who he is. Yeah. Nobody can find him.
He probably don't like me already.
The guy who edits our podcasts.
Oh,
Our producer.
okay. Mahal malha.
He probably don't like me.
Mahal hajmi.
We're gonna tell him to. Hopefully not.
Is
Yo, that nigga Ali T texted me. He said, "Food?" Question mark.
Same shit. That's why he called me.
He said, "Food?" Question mark.
Tell him pull up.
Oto.
Oh shit.
When Ali T pulls up,
You gotta put that on, bro.
they can hear it on the sound.
Nigga, I wasn't hearing it, bro. Let's go.
Franks? He said Franks? Question mark.
That nigga loves that spot, bro. I always run into him over there.
Franks? Question mark. Oh my goodness.
Before the camera's rolling.
It's rolling, bro. Everything is rolling.
Hey, mala bilaw.
What?
For shaking but out there
What below? Yo, pull your mic up a little bit closer to you too.
Sana.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we
Can you
hear,
hear
me?
we hear you well.
He can't hear me.
Shit is new to
I'm
me.
not. You can hear them both. Well,
Yeah, I
right?
can hear 'em.
Lovely. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Ghost Talk Podcast. It's your host, Mohammed Sharif. Today we have Ali's calling again. Ali wants to be on the podcast so bad.
J-Boy. When the fuck did he start this?
He got a new number and everything.
He did get it, remember
Yeah,
that.
he said, give me your phone. He saved as J-Boy. That's great.
That guy's hilarious. Yo, they call him Jack because of Adam Jack, right?
I don't know. Like
What
that,
did it-
I cannot confirm or deny.
Hello.
We're live on a podcast. I don't want to get
Wouldn't it
anybody
come
on
alive
trouble.
with that shit? Kid,
We're 3 minutes into it.
Absolutely. We're 3 minutes in. But yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Ghost Talk Podcast. It's your host, Mohammed Sharif. Today we have 3 distinguished guests with us here today. First, we have Mook Mukhtar, prolific shooter, one of the guards in the Somali national team. We have Adnan, way too elite, one of the stars of the Somali national team, of course. And we have Dr. Sadik Haji. Dr. Sadik, the microwave.
The microwave.
Microwave.
D-A though.
Microwave.
With a D-A.
The microwave.
Duh.
Not
The.
T-H-E.
Yeah, no.
Why do they call you that?
I'm always plugged in.
I'm always plugged in.
Always got
I thought you heat up.
Yeah, we got to restart this shit.
Why?
Restart it, bro. Just bring it down.
What
Bring it down?
Firi.
Yeah, it's fine, bro. What don't
Dhakhtarkaaga cun magacii runta sheeg waraa.
You said what?
I know doctor, man. Quit lying
Yo,
to
this
people.
guy is the head coach. Not even head coach.
I didn't fit it. Yo, I'm out, bro.
Is leaving.
I need a proper introduction. I'm out the joint.
Introduce yourself.
Mohammed, horta first of all, aad u maasan tahay maanta saan u soo dhaweysay. Magacayga waxa waaye Sadik Haji, Secretary General for the Somali Basketball Federation.
That's what it is. Secretary General of the Somali Basketball Federation.
There you go.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good, man.
Oh shit.
Are we gonna be using that bun all day?
Ali
Adnan's gonna abuse that.
Abdullah Salah, I love you, brother.
I know Adnan's gonna abuse that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Adnan's definitely gonna abuse that.
Let's go.
Let's jump right into it though. Let's cover. Let's get the elephant in the room.
There's
Right.
an elephant in the room.
There's a giant elephant in the room, of course.
Let's get to it.
February last year, you guys went to Dubai. You guys fought hard and you played for the Somali national team. First of all, what was that experience like? Let's start with Mukhtar. What was that experience like?
Well,
That was your first time going, right?
first time, yeah, it was surreal. It was different. High intensity. Something you just can't expect.
You trying to say explain?
Oh,
You said expect?
I think y'all supposed to be here helping him out.
I wasn't laughing.
Ah, man.
It's Mukhtar, right?
Yeah.
This is,
Sadik,
Sadik.
the microwave. Wallah, it was amazing, to be honest. It was out of body experience, wallah. Especially the game that we won. Alhamdulillah.
And now, what's that experience like for you?
I'm stuck right now.
Just vibes?
Yeah, it's vibes, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What was it like?
It's
for
an
you, sir?
honor to play for your national team. You feel me?
It was good. Well, the experience was as one of the administration on the team. It was good experience playing, for your country, putting the nation on your back. It was fun overall.
See, somebody here is media trained.
prepared.
I don't really hear
Trying,
look,
trying.
I never talk to the media though.
That's true.
I
Yo,
have-
did you send these guys the
Every
questions
time,
before?
He never did.
every
I
time
saw
there's an interview after the game, I run out. I go to the locker room right
Oh,
away,
yeah.
bro. They want you to speak in Somali, bro.
Really? They actually do?
And I'm
Yeah,
all
it'd be
that.
Somali, like
How do
Somali
you say
cameraman.
basketball in Somali?
Kubad the
I would
colleague.
just say Kubad the Ganti, yeah, right?
Kubad the colleague.
Kubad the colleague.
There you go.
Right.
Huh?
I'm not kidding. That's how you say basketball.
Kubad Korega.
أنا بنوني أسمع بها صاحب.
Colleague.
Kolega.
Koleyga.
Colleague.
Yo,
Alhamdulillah.
Hey, yo, he teaching you
Colleague.
something right now.
Hey,
I've never heard that in my
Colleague.
life.
you're gonna have to,
Never heard
man.
that either.
Kubad, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Kubad the Ganti. That's what I said my whole life.
That's nice.
That's handball.
There you
That
go.
is handball. That's a weird sport.
They play that in Somalia.
Handball.
Wallah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Somali and William Adams. So
It's actually
They play- that's
it's
very-
actually a fun sport.
Yeah.
They play it here too. They play,
They play it everywhere besides America, bro. Basically.
Americans are lame.
Yeah.
Americans are lame. So, and it just for me on the outside looking in, right? First of all, I watched all the games. I think it was a very proud experience. On one side, being a fan of basketball, being a longtime fan of basketball, and then being a Somali national, and also on the other side, knowing all three of you guys and a lot of the other guys involved, and like growing up with a lot of guys, looking up to a lot of guys as basketball players in general, seeing you guys go over there and hoop and represent your country and do all these different things was an amazing experience, just for me to watch, right? So mashallah, big ups to you guys. One thing that we do on the show a lot is give people their flowers, right? We don't tear people down. We don't talk down on people.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. People do that enough, right? But that was amazing to watch. I really do believe with that happened in February, and inshallah with the tryouts that's coming up in December, there's a big shift that's coming in terms of just basketball and Somali basketball, right? And there's a lot of changes that's happening, right? But a lot of you guys, how long have you been playing basketball?
15 maybe.
15 years old.
Yeah.
15 years or since you were
15 years old, yeah.
And then I don't want to age you.
Younger.
How long have you been playing basketball?
Quite a while.
Since the
For
70s.
a while.
Yeah.
You've been playing for a while
Quite
too.
a while. Yeah.
So I feel like it's very different from like even like 10 years ago
Yeah.
and the way that it is now. Can you guys speak to some of those differences?
The game evolved.
The game changed, just
Yeah.
like for Somali, not even like in general, not even like
Talk
basketball
about, like,
in
what
general,
kind
just
of-
for like the Somali community, like the way it is in Minnesota, the way it is around the world, the way that people look at and perceive Somali basketball. Like an example is, in a way, Somali basketball is worldwide now. Like people know, okay, there's a Somali national team.
Yeah.
I think they gotta do with social media.
Yeah, social media
Okay.
presence is very important.
Okay, so just like that being out there.
Helps us out tremendously.
'Cause-
In terms of the game, though, I know you were talking about how the game has evolved.
I'll talk about the game in general. You feel me?
yeah.
Like basketball in general, not just because of Somali
Somali
basketball. I'm talking about basketball in general changed.
Has changed a lot. And then I think you also you work with the youth, you coach,
Right,
you
yeah.
develop players as well, right?
Yeah.
How has that changed? Because I know that all these programs, so you have the 5-Star Foundation, and then CITEM as well,
Yeah.
but it's all under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Things like that didn't really exist 10, 15 years ago necessarily, right? At least not on a broader scale where everybody has.
Sidem been
CITEM's been here for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Tell us what CITEM is, first of all, and what
Okay.
the 5-Star Foundation is and what they do.
SITEM, when it first was established, 2004, it used to be called Somali Youth Development of Minnesota, and the old schools from back from home that used to play on the national team clubs, they're the one that established it here in Minnesota, and it was mainly used for to help the youth, stay out of trouble. So they collaborated with the community to create activities for the kids, whether it was tournaments or small leagues within themselves, or on the educational side, homework help, tutoring, things like that. Then myself and a brother of mine named Khalid, we took over 2013, changed the name to Star Youth Development Minnesota. The acronym still stay the same. Reason why we changed it is we had more different ethnicities that joined us, so we changed the name. But we've been running it since then. We participated in a lot of different tournaments. We took the youth out abroad to go play against club teams, things of that nature. The foundation that we opened up that's called 5-Star Foundation, covers nonprofit organizations like ours that's throughout the U.S. or even abroad, and that's to help basically the kids that. Why is this guy trying to make me laugh, bro?
What am I?
Yo, I chill out, man.
What am I doing?
Why Jokoino sauce?
Nah, I'm trying to, bro. I'm on, like, bro.
This guy, bro.
It's okay. It's okay.
Listen, but anyways, the
Mad.
5-star.
Clip that.
No, I mean like, chill out, man. Yo, anyways, going back to the 5-Star Foundation, a few of our brothers got together that all have nonprofit organizations, and we all do the same thing. We help the youth out. We train them in basketball, try to get them to play for their schools, eventually go to play college. So we decided we should open up a charitable foundation to help these youth, get to the bigger stage. So eventually, once they're done with what they're doing, they can come and play for their countries, which is whether it's the national team for the U16, U17, U18, and eventually, going up to the men's national team. So we wanted to use the foundation to develop those players that we feel like can go somewhere far.
No, that's all very important.
Yeah.
I think that we're missing, that we both also talked about, is that development aspect, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys come, especially like in the Somali community, they start playing basketball like freshman year, sophomore year, and by the time they get good enough, it's like they missed out on playing out in high school and getting a college opportunity, but they might have also missed out in like other stuff as well. So I think that's really, really good that you guys are focusing on that right now. What are some of the challenges that you guys face in terms of just like cultivating these two programs?
Well, the foundation just opened up recently, so we haven't really started anything on it yet. But as far as like for SIDEM, some of the challenges I'll say is we don't get a lot of community help as far as fundings. The parents are very supportive. They help out their kids. Anytime we're going on a trip. Right now we're taking a team to Atlanta for them to play in a high school tournament. So the parents were chipping in and trying to help out with whatever. So another challenge that we face is facility. It's very hard to find somewhere that we can practice and train. Every gym is booked up, especially in this state where 70-80% of the time is cold. So everybody wants to use the indoors for soccer, basketball, whatever. So a lot of the gyms are overbooked. So facility fundings are the top two. Yeah.
Sure. So let's turn back to you guys. You guys came up through these programs, and like y'all played for SIDEM for a very long time. Why did you guys? The both of you guys are born here, right, in the United States.
Yeah.
And you guys went and represented your country. What made you guys decide to go play for the Somali national team? Where did that interest come from? You guys can rock paper scissors for it, whatever.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
I'll go. I got you. So my dad has two brothers that are older than him that both played for the country. They played alongside his father. So that was a motivation for me in a sense. Also, I feel like growing up in the Twin Cities playing basketball, we've always represented Somalia. You know what I mean? Playing against all these Ajnabis. People have always looked down on us in a sense and everything, and you know what I mean? It's never really been nice, but that's where it started for me, and then luckily I got to represent the country last year, and it was a great experience.
That's dope. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you have family that play for the Somali national team.
Two uncles.
Me personally, growing up, like I always heard how my dad played on the Somali national team for soccer, and at the same time, it was like a goal for me, like to like live out my own dreams, I always hear about my dad. Like think about my future, my kids could hear about me type stuff.
No, that's dope. That's beautiful. So
It's amazing.
yeah, I like that. I didn't. So that is something. There's something in the formula right here. Having somebody in your family older than you.
Yeah,
this
it
guy,
works. It's working.
This guy has it. You has it.
Nah.
He has it. So,
Yeah.
but I think that's really nice. Wallah. And
They used to tell me stories about my dad.
Yeah.
He scored a goal on his own team.
this guy's iconic.
Like dead ass. Like we be at
goal.
Carmel. We be at Carmel to get a haircut. So when I was like a little kid, you feel me? It would be me and my brothers, and my dad. They all come up to me. Your dad was a good player.
Yeah.
But he scored a own goal.
He scored a own goal.
I used to be like, damn, these niggas fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's dope. And I think you guys are continuing that legacy. You might not. What I tell a lot of people is, when you're in history, when you're in a part of making history, you're in the moment. You don't really see it. You don't really feel it. But 10 years, 15 years down the line, like with his dad, people are gonna be like, "Yo, like Mukhtar was this, or Adnan did this," or a lot of the other guys that play on the national team. There's a lot of other guys that played on the national team. Shout out to them. Big ups to them. They did a wonderful job. They played very hard, mashallah. These are the guys that we have here today with us on the interview. So we're not disregarding them, but people are going to talk about that, the legacy that you guys leave behind. And, you know, I understand that as well, very much what you said earlier of in Minnesota, Somalis have to like represent each other every time we play basketball.
Every time we do anything.
They know now.
Yeah.
No,
they know now.
But I don't know.
Before, I didn't know. They know now.
Yeah, now they know for sure.
Those young kids, you know what I'm saying? They're teens. I don't know if they can represent the way we are right now.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do you guys think there's a shift in that?
There's a shift.
After 21, I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's a shift. There's a shift.
It's not gonna be a lot of. Hopefully there is, inshallah.
There's a shift.
This guy's been
As of right now, there's a
with a lot of
shift.
kids. He's been working with a lot.
Why do you
of
guys think that is?
I ain't gonna lie to you. You can see how the community is right now. In the last few years, you know, the stuff that's been going on.
Sports aren't as important as before. Right?
That's a really good point, though, because then it all goes full circle, right?
Yeah, the
There's
whole
a
community thing, bro.
There's a generation of youth, of guys like you guys who were cultivated by the community, that were like pushed through all these different programs, were taken care of. It was a focus in the community for athletics and sports to be a thing. That's something that helped me a lot in my life.
Yeah,
100%.
People looked at me and said, okay, this kid, he's a good runner.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. I played football in high school as well. So with that, and people just grabbed onto me and said, yo, like, you're not going to be doing what all these other guys are doing. You're going to be playing sports, right?
Yeah.
It comes full circle, because then that shows the importance of SIDEM, the importance of foundations like the 5-Star Foundation.
Yeah.
People have to invest in these kind of things and focus on these kind of things and be like, yo, we need these kind of things in our community, because then what happens is we have a gap, like you guys are saying, where there's guys that are nice, and then there's a giant drop off because nobody cares really much about.
It got to do with like.
You said what?
Like what all the stuff that's going on in the community nowadays. You feel me?
That too, yeah.
So,
things were different when I was.
If you keep kids away and busy, they would stay on a straight path. Then fall off. You know.
So then that goes to my other question. I think me and Adnan were talking about this earlier as well. There's a conversation around this amount of the skill level it takes to play at this level.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of people who probably come to the both of you guys and said, "Yo, I can do what you do.
Yeah.
I can go and go
It's a lot of
there and
delusion
play."
of people, bro.
Yeah.
Can they
I ain't gonna
realize
lie to
Right.
Yeah.
What is the skill level that it takes to play where you guys are playing, and what's the level of work that you guys have put in to get there?
You go first this time.
Skill level. I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question.
So
You feel
like,
me?
okay, so for example, I think my sport is the best explanation. I ran track.
Yeah.
Track is when you visibly watch it, it's a very simple looking sport. Fuck nigga, you just fucking run.
Yeah.
I can fucking run. Anybody can fucking run, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's how people look at it.
Yeah.
And for most of my life, especially where I grew up in Cedar, all these white kids, they look at me like, bro, so what if you're winning medals in high school and college? Like,
Yeah.
you can do that too. You just
Yeah.
run.
You're just running.
There's no defender in front of you, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, but what they don't see is the stuff that goes on in the background, the 6 a.m. workouts,
Yeah.
the tour-a-days, the weightlifting.
There's people who work out a lot. It's still not as good as they should be. You feel me?
So what do you think it takes?
Bro, it's honestly, talent comes, bro. You know? You could work out and everything, but at the same time, let's just say we got a tryout coming up. If you think you're so good and everything, you should have signed up for the tryout. You see, people going to evaluate you. All this talking nonsense ain't nothing. You got to come on the court and show it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people just be talking, bro. It's actually ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. Did you have something to add?
As far as just, I've noticed like when we went to Dubai in February, you know, people that watched the game, you know, I've heard people say, you guys are playing against a 30-year-old, you know, fat dude that can't run or do this, you know, but they forget to understand that these guys play basketball from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This is their
For a
jobs,
living.
you know? Yeah. So it's very easy to criticize when you're looking from the outside, but, you know, guys that are playing, you know, for their home countries are putting the work in, you know. It does, you know, some people are, you know, naturally gifted with talent. Some people are putting the work in and dedicated. So, yeah, I mean, this tryout that's coming up is for people to showcase their talent, you know, for them to come out, 3 days of tryout, you know, you move on to the next, you know, stage of playing against the home crowd of Minnesota that you'll be playing against pro teams. Then we evaluate all the players and select the top players that we need to go represent the country. But guys need to come out. Guys need to come out, and then when they come out and shows what they got. Otherwise, then they have no right to say, if I would have been there, the result would have been different.
There was a lot of that. There was
Yeah.
a lot of that when y'all went out that first game and y'all lost the way y'all lost. There was a lot of people that were on the internet that were saying, "Yo, who picked these guys?"
Yeah.
Is that in the third?
Like, it's crazy because people are talking about the people we playing. They talk about, oh, y'all lost to Lebanon, and y'all lost to Algeria. These countries are ranked.
They're ranked. Yeah, they were.
They don't understand these people are professional players, bro. A lot of them
Ranked
play-
like 100 above us, where we're like 144,
They're
145.
better now.
Forget all that.
Lebanon.
Forget all that. A lot of these people play D1 in America.
Yeah.
These not no random Arab guys you see. These are professional basketball players that get paid to hoop.
Yeah.
They're all got size. They're 6'8", 6'9", 7-footers. It's not no little LA Fitness basketball these kids be talking about. You feel me? A lot of these good guys can't even hoop at LA Fitness. And they think that they could play on this level of basketball, and they want to backlash. But nobody want to see you prosper, bro. At the end of the day, because they're not in it.
They're not there in the
Yeah,
moment.
because I'm not there. Oh, these guys trash.
That's wild.
It's a different type of intensity.
Everybody wants to be about them.
That's wild.
type of
The both of you
intensity.
guys had really good games too. I know you had like a breakout game as well, right?
Yeah,
You was hitting shots. You was in your flow. You were doing your thing.
yeah.
I think another thing, there's a thing called the it factor. Some guys have it, some guys don't. Right?
Yeah.
So there's some pro players that play at the NBA level that just don't have that it factor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Each
just,
level is different.
yeah,
You feel me?
That just don't have it. It's fine. That's you. When I used to play football, my football coach used to say, if a football team is a human body, everybody has their piece. Some of you guys are the head, some of you guys are the hands, some of you guys are toes.
100%.
You're still necessary to play on the team,
Right.
for the body to work, but you just don't have that it factor. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
What was going through your head during that game? Because I was watching that game. I was hyped for you. That was
He
a
was
lot
cooking.
of fun. You was cooking.
He was cooking.
You was doing your thing. So what was going through your head, man? I gotta know.
I don't know. First half, everything was going well for us, but then there was a moment for like a few minutes where it was just stagnant. You know what I mean? We weren't hitting the shots we were hitting in the first half and everything, and then second half came and told me, "Yo, Mook, make us proud, man.
Spark is up.
Yeah, do something. Hopefully you can do something." And then luckily, well, I believe we did, and alhamdulillah, we won a game, made it to the Final Four in a tournament that we haven't played in years, right?
Yeah, we haven't played in a while.
He wasn't missing, bro. He's a sniper.
I got lucky.
Lucky. Come on, cuz.
This guy found me.
That's hours in the gym.
He found me.
That's
every
hours
time.
in the
And
gym.
this guy turns around and posterizes the nigga one leg dunk.
He dunked on 11 on 7.
I'm not gonna lie, I got up off my feet. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I don't
The
even
whole-
get out
that
for
was
one leg.
the
you know
whole
that?
Was
world
it off
did.
one leg or
Yeah,
two?
I'm a 2
Either
feet
2 foot
jumper.
jumper?
But I jumped out of one.
What is that?
I don't know. I missed the butt, but that would have been a perfect time.
Oh shit.
Terrible,
I love you, man.
I messed up
2 foot
my
jumper. I
bad.
don't know. It was. I think you know why I thought it was 1 foot.
It was 1 foot.
Because you came. Oh, you did jump off 1
I'm
foot.
saying,
You're
I'm usually a 2 feet
2
jumper.
foot jumper.
he-
What was going through your head? You coming down the lane.
Look, I came
You
down
just
the
said,
lane.
"Fuck it, let me
Nah,
dunk on this
so
nigga."
I wasn't trying to I wasn't thinking about dunking. I was trying to lay it up, but the guy was closing in quick, so I just slammed it
He
quick.
had to, Allah.
Because if I tried to lay it up, I would have got killed.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I would probably got hurt. I would probably be on my ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, those guys are big.
That nigga 7'1".
they are.
Yeah, that guy, he got drafted by the Lakers, bro.
No.
That big
He's
man.
in the NBA, bro.
Which
In
one,
Summer
the
League.
African guy?
Yeah, the
He's-
African guy.
Wow.
But
I believe he was.
and it
South
goes back to
Sudanese.
the people that's talking about,
Yeah.
oh, these guys trash. We're
Yeah.
not losing to people that play in the NBA, bro.
And also, like, in all honesty, to keep it candid, and I'll say this just for myself as someone who's viewing this, and like I said before, someone that knew y'all and like was rooting for y'all personally, but also was rooting for the Somali national team. Bro, these are your folks.
Yeah.
These are Somali people that are out there representing Somalia, your country, a country that's been through a lot of shit in the past 30, 40 years, that needs something like this to uplift them, to inspire them. Kids back home, forget here, kids back home watching y'all.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, I want to do this.
Yeah.
That's people you should be encouraging. Even if the game, you could say, yo, damn, y'all played bad. Play better next game. That's fine. Y'all are hoopers.
Yeah.
Y'all get that, you know?
You know, there's a saying. I don't know if this is, Somalis have a lot of mamas
Yeah.
and stuff.
A lot of proverbs.
But there was one that goes by. When Somalis when we lose, you lost. Somalia didn't lose. But when you win,
We all
everybody's your pops.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how it is, bro. I mean, we need to, support each other regardless, not all these countries who show up to the tournaments are winning, and their countries are way more established than ours. We're still competing, and this is us, competing with less preparation, a lot of things up against us,
You guys touch on that because you guys told me about that before we start. But how much preparation do you guys have before these games, before these tournaments?
As a team,
Yeah.
Not much.
2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, not much. And a lot of that, I mean, it's it's on the admin side. We're trying. I think one of the there's a lot of obstacles in our ways. Where there is the finance area, players eligibility. Not every player can play.
What do you mean by that player eligibility?
What I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. Adnan, he played on the national team 2020. He played on the national team as a foreigner. Even though he's Somali, both parents are Somali. FIBA has different rules, and one of the rules is a player needs to have a Somali passport before they turn 16 if they're born abroad. Because he was born abroad, he didn't have a passport. He'll be considered as a foreigner. Now that's gonna go back to a lot of the the U.S. or Canadian-born players not being able to play for their country because of that rule. And then it goes back to where our country was at at a civil war. The government wasn't established. There wasn't passports out there, so a lot of the players don't have that. So then you're stuck with what you have. You make the best out of that, and then you go. Another thing is, some players are not, serious about playing for their country, so it's, and players bailing out last minute, so now you're shorthanded or whatever. So there's a lot of things, so
There's a lot of challenges.
both on admin side, player side, just all over, and I feel like we are getting, better. I mean, with the tryouts coming up, camps that we're doing, early preparation, flying out early to our next tournament, and I think the result will be a lot better than what's been happening lately.
Inshallah. Despite all the challenges, wallah, you guys are doing so much. So kudos to you guys, respect. It's on to the next chapter now, right? You guys are going to be going to
there is in the air, but we're thinking Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's what it is right now. That could possibly change, but you guys are going to Kuwait in February, right?
inshallah. Yeah, the end of February.
In terms of preparation, I know you're in the gym. Right? I know you guys are working, getting better every day, trying to like elevate your game, right? What are some of the things that you guys are doing, just as hoopers, like as basketball? Like how many? Because one thing we try to do on this podcast is we take folks who are successful in their craft and what they do, and we try to show people like, yo, look, this is not something that's easy. It's not something that's willy-nilly. You just get up, pick a basketball, and dunk on a 7-footer or hit like 5-6 threes in a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what does that take?
Being consistent, being in the gym, working on your weakness and all that stuff. Being in the gym, lifting, all type of stuff.
That's a big thing. I feel like a lot of some folks don't do that.
Yeah.
Is the way
Not
we
all.
Not lying. There were a lot of. I feel like
It's more physical out there.
our guards were. I think our guards were better than their guards in a sense, but physically they had us beat. There's nobody else keeping up with this guy. Think about it. He's dribbling the ball up the court, slicing and dicing through every single person. Nobody else was doing that.
Yeah.
Think about it. But it's just physically, we need to get stronger. So that I've been trying to work on that. I'm a firm believer in. I think hard work beats talent when talent fails to work.
Absolutely.
But when you got it, you got it. You feel me?
I love that. So let's talk about these tryouts. In December, I love the direction you guys are going in. It's very different. It's a lot more organized. Alhamdulillah, finally, like we're getting a program put together now, right?
Yeah.
In December, you guys are having a tryout. 40 plus guys have been invited. All of these guys have either played college ball, played pro ball, or played previously on the national team. But everybody has to try out,
Yeah.
right? So I think, just me personally, as a fan of the game, I'm excited to watch that. It's going to be 40 of the best guys.
Going
It's
at
going to be a
it,
dogfight,
Yeah.
fighting for a dozen spots, basically, right?
Right.
So talk a little bit about the tryouts and like talk about why you did it this way this time.
Um, the reason why we went this route is there's a lot of players out there that we not that we're not aware of, and there's been a lot of players that have always wanted to either go to these tournaments or a lot of different reasons. We just wanted to be able to give everyone an opportunity for them to come try out and be looked at. So so guys aren't saying we handpick players. We had about 80 plus players register. I mean, a lot of half of them capped through their through the applications.
We had a few guys hang up on us when we tried to call.
But majority of the guys that are coming are either pro players, national team players, college players, and we took this route to bring everybody together. We've added a lot of young coaches to partake in it, so they can also be connected to the community and meet these players and help us evaluate the guys who are coming in. After we're done with the tryouts, I mean, it'll be a 3-day tryout. Every day we're checking them out, doing drills and different training and stuff. But then we're gonna go into our deciding to have a pool of maybe 20-25 people, have them play against pro team, in front of the hometown, in front of the home city. Then from then on, try to finalize our roster of 12 men and go from there. But we want to be able to give people same opportunity. You never know who's gonna show up. You never know who's gonna be like, I'm the guy you've been missing out, or so that's the reason why we took this route. And at least we can say we did everything by the book. We did a tryout, we did camp, we prepared early, we did more training, and then hopefully something good comes out of it.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I love that. So before we wrap up, inshallah, we have a segment on the show called Let's Get Practical, right? So what we do is we ask people, yo, this is your profession, this is what you do, right? What are practical ways, if a 13-year-old kid is watching right now, what are practical steps that they can take to get better at basketball, right? What are practical things that they can do to play at a higher level, to play at the college level, to play at the national level, to hopefully someday, because obviously the goal is to have guys in the Olympics and the NBA, right? That's the ultimate goal for basketball players, right? Yeah. To play on the national level or to play in the NBA. So like, for example, to give you guys an example, if somebody had me on the podcast and they said, yo, you're an author, right? What are practical ways that someone can get to that point? Yeah. I would say, write every day. Be disciplined. When passion isn't there, have discipline. Be creative, stuff like that. So I know you hoop too.
Yeah, I mean,
play for is it Edina?
Yeah.
Back in the days.
I
had to throw that one
back in the days. But we're gonna do it.
Aw, shit.
But
Yeah, it's outside.
but
you can say.
what happened?
Ali's outside.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have him on the show. Enough to knock Mante. Wallahi, he's sitting right there on the show.
A nigga it's still rolling, right?
Yeah, you're good.
For me, some of the advice that I'll give a younger person that wants to make a career out of this is stay in the gym, eat healthy, go to bed early, stay off your phone, and try to.
What are some of the things you're looking for too, though?
Some of the things.
Because they can speak to it as players, but like for you, like what are some of the things if a kid is coming to try out, like what are some things that you're looking for, like hard work?
Well, if a kid coming to try out, the first thing I'm looking at is actually their behavior. Honestly, are they coachable? I mean, that's number one. I don't, you can't. What are you gonna do with the player that's so talented, but you can't coach him? Yeah.
That's dope.
So someone who's coachable, it would be number one for me.
Yeah. So for you guys, what kind of advice would you guys give to kids out there?
Be in the gym every day, But one of the things is like they need like adult help because somebody got to pay for the training sessions and stuff like that. As of right now, if you really don't have a trainer at a young age, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to take that leap.
That's why we got the foundation open
foundation
to
too,
help
yeah.
to help
Shameless
to help-
plug.
Yeah,
to
but at the same time, the foundation is Saturday, Sunday thing. Still need to be in the gym still.
Yeah, every day, be consistent.
Monday you could be there. Tuesday you could have another trainer. Wednesday
No,
be chill.
no. What I mean by the foundation is, side item is Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
As far as the foundation, the reason why we're having those fundings available for the kids is to get those kids to be training every day. For example, nowadays what it's like $60, $70 and a session for a kid to train. A lot of the kids can't afford that.
Yeah.
No,
So, but if there's the funds available for them, like we want to put them in good schools, good program that is
Like prep
being
schools and
paid
all that.
for by the
Yeah.
foundation. Those kids eventually, once they get to their destination, they'll give back.
Yeah. What's crazy? Go ahead.
A very big thing is if kids want to go far in basketball, is having the support from their parents.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
Their parents got to do their job, actually put these kids in the gym, pay for it, and do all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
Take the extra step.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us didn't have that.
Absolutely, man. That's a big leap.
Yeah.
Well, that's a huge leap, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand how much financial and like fiscal support somebody needs to make it to the league. You need trainers. You need to eat healthy,
Yeah.
to be fit, to be in the
Yeah.
gym every day. So all those things are very important.
Going off of what he was saying about parents, that's one of the key ones too. Having mom or dad being there, present for you, supporting you, involved. Alhamdulillah, and for me, when I played basketball, my family is a basketball family.
Yeah.
So like my parents were always at the game for me. Senior night, I was able to have my mom walk down with me.
Yeah.
But
A lot
I've
of guys
seen
don't have that.
exactly. I've seen a lot of guys, a lot of times where the coach will walk down with the player or someone else. I feel like parents should come out and support their kids, whatever sport they're playing in.
And I was just at my little brother basketball tournament this weekend, and I seen this little 8th grader kid, Somali kid, very nice. He had both of his parents there. And I was talking to the mother, and she knows everything about the program and everything. She's
good.
very in tune with it and
Very
everything.
involved.
And she's telling me the ups and downs of how many programs the kid went and how much she pays for training, this, that. Like, kids like that going to succeed in life, bro.
Yeah.
They can go far in basketball, and besides basketball, they're going to stay on basketball and be on education.
Yeah.
Because their whole dreams are going to be basketball, bro. It's going to go through college and everything.
Well, I got them bad, you know what I mean?
As long as your parents are with you the whole time, bro, it's going to lead to success, man.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
So parents out there, bro, y'all hear what's going on. Be involved in your kids' schooling. Be involved in your kids' athletics. That's very important. That's something that a lot of people like. I remember 2014. I went to the Junior Olympics in Florida for running, and I remember it was just me and like 2 other Somali guys, and Coach Trevor was there with us. But that's about it.
Coach
right?
Trevor.
And we're running, and we're on a national level. But our parents, like, it's not another thing too. Don't knock their parents. A lot of parents don't have the opportunity to be there for their kids. Come on, my dad was working.
Yeah.
Can't. I gotta work. I gotta feed y'all. You feel me? But that, of course, that's there. But if you have the opportunity to be there for your kids,
Right.
because that means so much. Wallahi, to them,
does,
it builds
it
so
does,
much
bro.
confidence for them as well.
You can't
Does-
blame, you can't knock the parents
Yeah,
because
no,
they
no,
just
no,
came
no.
to America. They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like an understanding for us in the future.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's,
absolutely.
How we should be.
but it
in our
brings a
kids'
smile to the
lives.
kid when they look at the bench, at the bleacher, and they see their moms cheering for them or their dad. But the parents that can go.
Did you have anything to add in terms of just advice, just as a hooper? Like, if somebody comes to you, like, yo, what's something that you've gained or some perspective that you've understood just from playing for so long that I can add to my game?
Like you said, discipline. I think majority of people in the world, in the population, they lack discipline. And I always tell my people, my loved ones, that motivation lasts 2 to 3 weeks. Everything after that is discipline. And in order for you to get to that next step, that next level, and there's never a top level really. You got to keep getting better. Just look at these people in the NBA, trying to improve all the time. You have to have discipline, and that motivation can't come from someone else. It has to start within. Love, everything starts within.
Love for the game. We gotta give that a round of applause. We gotta give that a round of applause, man. We love that. So we're gonna wrap up with this. We're gonna wrap up with this. Well, first of all,
Intensity.
intensity is important. We're gonna wrap up with this.
Shout out K-Dot.
Again, wallahi, once again, because there's a lot of examples, bro, of Somali people on the internet tearing each other down. There's a lot of examples. There's plenty of examples of that, right? Where people talk shit about each other. People say, "Oh, you're not this, you're not that," but there's no need for that, wallahi, and I don't want to contribute to that. So I want to just give you guys your flowers again. You guys are doing an amazing job. You guys are out there fighting very hard, working hard, having discipline, building foundations for the youth.
Yeah.
Adnan, your hair looks amazing. So
bro.
that's what you're doing.
Allahumma barak.
I'm trying to figure out how he does it.
Bro, it's like
Allahumma barak, Allahumma barak. Allahumma barak. Everybody say mashallah.
Ali, come over here, okay?
Ali,
Come over here.
look at him.
Ali Salah.
We're gonna have Ali on the show right before we wrap up.
Shit.
Say Allah, you press the button again.
He did.
That's the button.
What are some things you're looking forward to in the upcoming year? What are some goals? Something. One thing we say is like we try to hold each other accountable, right?
Yeah.
Right now, you guys have been on the podcast. You're part of the Ghost Talk family, right? We use this platform to hold each other accountable as well, right?
100%.
One thing that we said a few months ago is we wanted to have our own space. Alhamdulillah, we have now got our own space, and we use it to kind of just hold each other accountable. What are some of the things as players and as organization that you guys want the Somali national team to achieve?
We want to do better than what we've been doing. At every day we want to be able to get better. Like for me, I want us to win for Somalia. That'll be a dream goal for I think all three of us. You're trying to do for the country. So we want to, I just on the admin side, I want to correct the things that we've been messing up on. Like I mentioned earlier, making sure that there's always fundings available, making sure the players are well prepared. That we're not setting them up to go fail. So I want to focus on that, bring victory for the country. Also develop the younger ones. I want to be able to bring up the U16, U17, U18, and work with them as well. So there's always, every year there's a tournament happening for different age groups. So yeah, so the goal, inshallah, next year for the Arab and for FIBA, we want to bring victory for the country. And even if we don't reach that goal, we want to do better than what we did now.
Compete.
Yeah.
At a high level.
Yeah.
Hold that flag.
Yeah. Also, playing for the national team, like these guys, like when they come, to my camp, they both used to be inside them, but when they come and work out with the kids get excited, to see, these two guys being a role model, a mentor for the youth. They're following, their footsteps. They see Adnan going in there dunking on an African dude. They, they get excited. But Mukhtar, going off. He probably has the best, performance in a game with a short amount of time. He scored what, 20 plus points. They look up to these guys. Not just here, just Somali, nationwide. So yeah, and I'm proud of them, and I know they're going to be competing for their spots again in December, and I'm going to wish them best of luck. But a lot of the kids do look up to these guys.
Absolutely. Do you guys want to add anything to that? I know you said you wanted to compete at a high level.
Yeah, I do want to. I want the country. I want us to compete. It's not about us individually. It's about the country. It's about everyone, our people. It's about everything that we love, our families. So Allah, He has a lot on the line. I have a lot on the line. I love my parents. I love my family, and I want to make them proud. And I do believe that we are important figures in the basketball community.
Absolutely.
For girls and boys throughout the Twin Cities and now nationally, internationally. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, well, hopefully.
So just to compete, I think that you want to hold that flag.
I want to win, bro.
Yeah, that too, of course.
Yeah.
With the team we have, we could possibly have, we could win. There's a lot of talent, bro. Absolutely. If we get our best, if we could get all the best players to come and show out for the tryouts, and they pick the squad and everybody shows up, we could win, bro.
Absolutely. Inshallah khair. As a fan of the national team, I would love that more than anything. So we're gonna wrap up with this. First of all, Sadik, thank you guys for coming on the show. Please
Thanks for having us.
let folks know how they can contribute to the 5-Star Foundation so we can develop some really good basketball players.
Right.
Make sure that we can support them, and then also tell them about the tryouts that we're having in December and how people can come to the Pro-Am games.
So inshallah, as far as the 5-Star Foundation, we'll put up the link and the social media page, how people can show support. As far as the national team, the tryouts are closed doors, But as far as the games against the Pro Am teams, we'll put up ticket sales on the foundation website and all over social media as well. They can purchase the tickets on there, or they can come at the door and buy tickets down there as well.
Awesome, thank you guys. Are we gonna harass Ali on the show now? Ali, you wanna come on? The mic?
Ah shit.
Ah shit. You pressed it again.
Yeah, you pressed it again.
Who's that with him?
Mohammed, I appreciate you for everything you're doing, bro.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to Thunder. Big shout out to
Shout out to my boy.
Mahad. And shout out to.
I think you cut off or something.
You cut off. We had to cut you off, bro.
Thank you for having us.